We're gonna attempt to survive 100 days in a villager house on our school SMP. So while we'll be waiting for a tree sapling to grow, people will be giving up normally. And to make surviving even harder, we'll have to be careful at every moment, because if we get found and we die, the challenge will be over. Our journey began at the SMP spawn, where as soon as the borders dropped, we were off in search of a village. Kaif collected some sugarcane along the way. The plan was that as soon as we found the village, we would gear up and collect as many materials as we would possibly need, and then we will have to enter a house, which we won't be able to leave for 100 Minecraft days.
F6 wherever you guys press it.
Oh!
No! Oh! Okay, wait, that's so close. They're gonna find it.
Don't worry.
That's not even 1,000 blocks away. Come here.
Where's the iron golem?
Oh, iron golem, bears of hay.
I collected hay bales, wood, crafted myself a crafting table and some sticks, wooden pickaxe to collect stone, or stone tools.
Oh, he's here.
We then killed the iron golem for some iron.
Oh, let's
5
go.
iron. Crafted myself a bucket, collected more hay bales. Yo, this one, right here.
Okay. There's a bed in here.
I also found some potatoes.
Base. Wait, what? Iron golem again? Max!
Why did the villager run out? We killed a second iron golem to craft another bucket to be able to make an infinite water source. Yes, he's entering the house. Come on. There's 2 villagers in the house. Yo, you have 1 minute. Come back.
Max, I found 3 emeralds.
Oh, bro, I've left it off.
Open the door! Oh my! Oh my god!
Yo, door is open. Come.
Oh my god!
Come,
Open the door!
it's open. Come.
Open, close the door! Oh, you finally.
I saw the villagers don't run out. And as the 5 minutes was up, we could officially begin day 1.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Max, close the door! Max, close the door!
We almost lost the villager straight off the bat, but luckily not.
Oh.
If you are wondering why we are going beneath the house, we are allowed to build the basement as long as it is in line with the walls of the villager house. I broke the slabs beneath the bed so that we would save wood and so that we would have light. We were allowed to make the basement go as low as we possibly wanted. Since the basement would be in line with the walls, we could make this place 5 by 5, just like so. I also removed the slab from the top floor to save wood. We then made ourselves an infinite water source, because why not? On day 2, we began discussing how low we were planning to go.
Let's go super low. Like, I'm talking like minuses, like.
I was thinking of going all the way down.
Bedrock.
Yeah.
Oh, near the bottom.
Don't dig straight down. But before we began mining, I realized I was low on hunger, so I crafted myself bread. Then we began mining.
Bro, we don't have any torches.
Don't worry, I have a solution.
This is some dead idea, by the way. We're never gonna get any materials, any minerals.
As you can see, as of day 2, Kaif did not like this challenge whatsoever. See, look at that mineral, we got copper.
Shut up, man.
Day 2 was the day we also planted our first tree. I think this is enough space for it to grow.
Oh, iron, let's go.
See that mineral?
We're gonna find 2 diamonds, and then we're gonna be excited about that.
I tried my best to convince Kaif that this challenge wasn't all bad. I've almost a stack of hay bales.
Hay bales?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing at least we'll find out.
We spent the rest of day 2 peacefully mining, stumbling across some ores along the way. Cool. You see how this ore is out of the boundary? Well, since it's an ore, we made a rule that if there's an ore outside the boundary, or any structure, we're allowed to mine it. On day 3, we planted our second tree and then continued mining. Until, after a few minutes, our first tree grew.
Oh, tree!
Oh! So I went up there to chop it down. Bruh, this is the shortest tree of all the trees I could possibly grow. Bruh. I mined out the leaves with my hoe to collect saplings, and then made my way down to continue mining. We also planted our 3rd tree and found some more iron. On day 4, we finally started to see deep slate, and we also planted our 4th tree. Day 4 was also the day that our 2nd tree finally grew. Yo, apple! And of course, most of day 4 was spent mining. Although we did plant more trees and get more wood. Even a tall tree managed to grow. On day 5, we actually managed to find diamonds. Yo! Diamonds! No! But Kaif was AFK at the time, so I decided not to mine them until he came back.
Yo!
When he came back, he dropped me iron so that we could craft ourselves an iron pickaxe.
Come on, I wanna break one.
Okay, I'll break one first and then you'll break one.
Okay. Oh! Okay.
A lot. This vein was larger than we initially expected.
Oh my god. Oh my days.
Yo, 8 fairs.
Max,
Yo.
we're filthy. We're filthy rich. We're filthily. Oh, tree! Oh my god.
Oh, guess who was starting to enjoy this? There's more trees starting to grow. We already have 45 loads.
You know we need to make a string farm. We need to
We would then be able to trade that string for emeralds and then we could get stacked in no time. Oh, it's because I said... Oh my. Yo! If I didn't combat lord right there, this challenge would have been over on day 5. Yo, I need help, bro.
You're cooked.
Can you try reach the mob without falling in?
Okay, I'm doing damage to them, don't worry. I killed them, you can join back.
Luckily, Kaif killed them, so I was safe to join back.
Let's make shields now.
After what just happened, I couldn't agree more, but I didn't want to waste any iron right now.
Hey, we can make a sugarcane farm as well. I have sugarcane, look.
Actually,
Pick that.
blocked up. No, come back. As the mineshaft was a structure that went into our basement, we were allowed to get string from it. I also came to my senses and decided to craft myself a shield. Day 6 was the day we planted our sugarcane, and on day 7 we found the second vein of diamonds, and of course Kaif had to be AFK again. Oh, nice, you picked up 4 diamonds, Kaif. By the end of day 7, we made it to Bedrock.
Oh, we made it to Bedrock.
Oh, yes. We spent the rest of day 7 flattening out the floor, like that. Look at how much we mined out. On day 8, we began smelting the iron that we gathered, and while it smelted, we started working on our string trooper, which, long story short, didn't work. At first we thought it was a problem with the direction that it was facing, but after rotating it still didn't work. And after doing some research, it turned out string troopers got patched to 1.21.3, which was unfortunate to us, but we could still use wood to trade for emeralds, so it wasn't all bad. So after getting rid of the failed string trooper, I made my way back into the mineshaft to gather 10 more pieces of string. I'll tell you why we needed them later, but for now, after I came back from the mineshaft, I crafted myself a boat, and then made my way all the way to the very top. Then I trapped both villagers in a boat, destroyed both of their beds, and then removed the floor of the villager house to drop the villagers into our basement. I then cleared out a path so that the villagers would have a clean drop to the very bottom of the basement. Off you go, my villagers. Bye bye. Come on, water, chop chop, we don't have all day. Oh man. Nothing happened to the village. Oh, why are they out of the boat? No! You're in the boat. We have to try to get that one into a boat. Okay, safe on that tree. Quickly craft ourselves a boat. And then get in the boat, man. Okay, so they're both trapped in the boat. I found that experience a bit too stressful, so I decided to go sleep to make it day 10. On day 10, I crafted myself a smoker since it's a villager workplace, and I wanted to see if I'll be able to attract any more villagers into our villager house. But it seemed as though no villager wanted to come over. They were probably dead. So I picked up the workplace and shut the door. Afterwards, I crafted myself cobblestone stairs. Why? Because I wanted to make the house look like it looked before we started. And then I went back into the basement. And I was about to start moving the villagers down into the bottom of the basement, and then I realized that one of the boats was empty. Wait, how's it empty? How did you get out of the boat? Don't tell me you fell and died. Please, no. Okay, let's get you down. And then we'll check if the other one's alive down there. Oh. Okay, bye bye. Hopefully the other guy's down there, right? Well, there's only one way to find out. He's actually in the boat! Wait, he's actually alive. Oh my days, you don't know how relieved I am that he's actually alive. After bringing both villagers down to the bottom of the basement, I began works on the villager breeder. Come on, breed. And of course it failed. It took me a few attempts to get the villagers to breed successfully, but after moving the beds around a couple of times, I finally managed to breed them. Yes, finally! Where do you think you're going, little boy? You trying to escape? Welcome to the basement, my friend. After a successful breeding session, I began works on the villager trading hall. Get in the hole, boy! And on day 14, we got our first fully grown worker, whose trades I decided to lock in because they were perfect. I then spent the next few minutes finishing off the first floor of the trading hall, and after I was done with that, I bred the villagers again. Nice. And then I sent the baby off to work. I then added a ceiling to the first floor of the villager trading hall, and after that I built a ladder that went up to the sugarcane farm, only to flop a simple jump and almost die. Luckily we survived on 2 hearts, but from then I realized I had to be more careful. I began day 15 by collecting sugarcane and then building a ladder that went all the way to the top. Afterwards, I crafted myself a composter, and then finished off day 15 by building the second floor of the trading hall. On day 16, we drew a farmer that traded bread for emeralds, but more importantly, he traded emeralds for potatoes. Potatoes which we found in the chest earlier in the video. He had the perfect trade, so I locked his trade, and then used the bread I got from him to breed the villagers. I spent the next part of day 16 building the third floor of the villager trading hall, and after I was done with that, I built a sugarcane farm. I made sure to light up each floor so no mobs can spawn. On day 17 we got our third grown worker, traded for bread, and then bred more villagers. Yes! Yeah, full in there. Yeah, now go up. Bye bye. And on day 17, Kaif finally joined back. He hasn't played since day 9, so I gave him a tour of what I have done. Don't go in. I mean, you can go up. Just go up. Just go up.
What is this? What was this?
Where's the baby?
Oh, we're actually somehow stacked.
And then the sugarcane farm right here. I think we should make this layer a potato farm, and then we just start doing trees each level up. Wait, there's one more problem. You know, for iron farm,
Yeah.
we need beds. So how are we gonna get wood? Wait, I know how to get iron. You can just trade villagers for iron armor. Just smelt. I crafted a blast furnace so that we could get an armorer. This guy's gonna give us diamond armor. Now we need one for diamond tools. We spent the rest of day 17 dedicating 2 floors to a potato farm. On day 18, we got ourselves a smithing table.
Yeah, man, we should kill them.
The thing is, I was thinking of that, but we need weakness potion.
Yeah, it's not that hard to make. We don't need to go to the level for them.
We need the brimstone and we need the blaze powder. Or we find the witch, make the witch splash them.
That's never gonna happen, but...
After completing the second floor of the potato farm, we just now began works on floors that would contain trees. I made sure each floor was 10 blocks apart, and Kaif decorated the walls on each floor. By the end of day 18, we had 3 floors with trees. Kaif also found diamonds when decorating the walls. On day 19, I helped out Kaif with some of the walls. On day 20, we went back into the mine shaft to collect more string, and I'll tell you why we needed it later, but for now, we continued working on the floors that would contain trees. By day 22, we reached the top of the basement with a total of 10 floors dedicated to trees. Then I joined Kaif in decorating the walls of every floor in the house. And by day 23, we were done. On day 23, we also crafted ourselves a grindstone and bred 1 more villager. On day 24, I went AFK for a bit. I'm gonna be AFK. While I was AFK, Kaif traded with villagers, collected wood, collected potatoes, planted potatoes, collected sugarcane, traded some more villagers, collected more wood, bred villagers, sent them to work, collected even more wood, and even crafted himself a fishing rod, which was the reason why we went to get string, as fishing was the only way for us to get leather. And so Kaif fished for the rest of day 27 throughout the whole of day 28, and then went to collect wood before logging off for the day. On day 29, I was finally back from being AFK, and I crafted ourselves a cartography table so that we could trade paper for emeralds. I spent the whole of day 29 trading with villagers. I also smelted iron armor into iron nuggets because we needed extra iron if we wanted to craft an anvil later on, before logging off for the day as well. I joined back on day 32 and Kaif showed me what he has done when I was gone. He has filled out the whole of the second floor of the trading hall with villagers and already started filling out the third floor. On day 33 I got to work renovating the top floor, but before I managed to completely finish, I had to log off for a bit. And while I was gone, Kaif fished for the next few days. And not here, but here. And on day 37 he managed to get the first of 3 levers that we needed. And we needed those 3 levers for a lectern. Day 37 was also the day that I joined back to see that Kaif filled out all the villager holes. I spent the rest of the day finishing off the renovation of the top floor. And on day 38 I began transforming one of the tree floors into a fishing pond. And after I was done, I collected some wood. I also moved the piece of leather that Kaif collected down to the fishing pond, before beginning to fish on day 39. My plan was to continue fishing until we got the next 2 pieces of leather, while every 5 to 10 minutes I collected wood and traded with villagers. And that was my life for the next few days, until something briefly interrupted me, something I would have never expected to hear. Right, so let's see if any trees are grown. Yes, finally this one has grown. Next up, oh, heard a witch. Remember what Kaif said about us getting a witch? Oh, we find the witch, make the witch splash them.
That's never gonna happen, but...
And so I crafted myself a boat and set off on a mission to prove Kaif wrong. It's coming from somewhere around here, right? Maybe there's a cave or something? Maybe in this... No, it's coming from like there. Yeah, maybe in like this direction. It's right there. Okay, what do we do? I spent a few minutes trying to get the witch into a boat, and once it finally managed to get in, I spent the rest of the day trying to get the witch into our basement. Why is this not working? The witch laughing at me. Okay, finally it's working. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Bro said it, bro. Ah. Die. Bro. Okay, we actually can't die. How are we gonna do this? I'm on half a heart right now. I decided to take a different approach and go from the top. I wanted to get as close to the witch as I possibly could. I then wanted to push the witch into the basement with water from my water bucket, just like so. Finally, man. I then spent the rest of the day cleaning up the mess I did and trapping the witch. Oh, I did it. On day 43, I decided to trap a zombie after hearing one. I found one in the mine shaft, so I put it over into our basement. I was unable to get it up the ladder, so I decided to trap it on the floor that it was on and then just board the witch down to it. On day 43, Kaif was back, so I told him what I have found. You know the witch spawned like in the holes in the corners?
Actually?
Man, the wall is just there. I almost died.
Wait, that's a god gift right there. So now we can cure them.
I think you could tell he was excited by the news. I then smelted the gold we found while mining out the base and added some finishing touches to our prisoners. I began day 44 by collecting wood, and then I traded with villagers, before finishing off the day by fishing.
Beware likes to spray. Beware might bite.
On day 45, Kaif finally got a look at our prisoners, before we began fishing non-stop till we got 2 more pieces of leather. Of course we also traded villagers and collected wood. Now we have a fish.
Yay!
But for the most part, we just fished. On day 47, we got a villager that traded emeralds for fish, and then even an unbreaking 2 fishing rods, which was perfect. On day 48, we were still fishing for leather. On day 50, Kaif went back up to where he got his first piece of leather, because he said he wasn't getting anything useful from my pond. But I decided to stay at the pond. On day 51, we took a small break from fishing.
Onion idiot, onion idiot, onion idiot. You wanna go? Yo! I'm going down, I'm going down. Yo! Dig it, dig it, dig it. That's so sick.
After that small break, we went back to fishing. And of course, I fished in the pond and Kaif fished upstairs. And on day 52, we got the fisherman to trade the emeralds for boats, which after a few calculations turned out to be cheaper than trading emeralds for sticks. We were also slowly but steadily upgrading our armor. And so we fished, traded with villagers, collected sugarcane, collected potatoes, traded potatoes for emeralds, and then fished even more before going AFK for a bit. And while I was AFK, Kaif continued to fish, and on day 55, he actually managed to get the second piece of leather, and then continued to try and get the third piece of leather, before logging off by the end of day 56. On day 57, I was no longer AFK. The first thing I did was collected wood before trading with villagers. We also finally got the armorer to trade diamond armor pieces. I then went back to fishing, but this time I fished upstairs because that's where Kaif got both of his leather pieces. On day 59, I traded for more emeralds, finally saving up enough emeralds to get my first piece of diamond armor. I must say, it felt great. I chucked my old pair of boots away and then went back to fishing, before logging off for the night on day 60. While I was gone, Kaif joined back on day 61 and continued to fish. Until on day 63, he managed to get the third and final piece of leather. This meant we could now craft ourselves a lectern, which meant we could get a librarian. And since librarians traded bookshelves, we didn't have to fish ever again. On day 66, I finally joined back. It turned out that when I was gone, Kaif brought us a lot of librarians. Oh wow, you drew a lot of them. But I wasn't sure if he knew exactly what he was doing. Why are you trading librarians with such bad trade?
I was accidental, huh? Like,
okay, at least it was sharpness back. I then killed off the villagers with the bad trade. And then we bred more villagers to replace them.
here comes the baby.
We even managed to get a weird looking villager species.
I'll trade you a stone pickaxe for emerald.
Nah, you're coming with me.
Nice shot!
We then upgraded the armorer to now be able to trade full diamond armor. We also now have collected 64 iron nuggets in total. And then we spent the rest of day 67 goofing around. How are you so much faster on the ladder? No, help me, no! Sir, oh. Please, oh. On day 68, I collected sugarcane. I also found out how dead Kaif's aim was.
Oh!
I then traded with villagers and finally got myself a diamond helmet. On day 69, I collected wood and traded for emeralds. And on day 70, I bred more villagers, because I needed a test subject. I wanted to try get a librarian that traded bookshelves for emeralds and emeralds for books. And on day 71, he finally grew up, so I could make him a librarian. I wanted him to have the paper and bookshelf trade just like so I upgraded him to an apprentice, but he didn't have the book trade like I wanted him to have, so I deemed him useless. I gave you one job! One! Ow, terror. And then I spent the rest of day 71 AFK. Day 72 was the day we finally got full diamond armor. I looked amazing. I spent the next few days converting all the gravel we had into flint. Why? Well, it was to upgrade this guy. I wanted him to trade diamond tools. I also continued to trade for armor to convert it into iron nuggets. And after converting all the gravel we had into flint, we finally got the villager to trade us a diamond axe. But he wasn't maxed out just yet. I decided to use a few diamonds to slightly upgrade him. On day 75, I realized that we forgot to lock the trays of the sharpness 5 villager. But I forgot all about that when I pulled the mending villager. I also bought myself a diamond axe. And then I spent the rest of day 75 trying to get good librarian trades. I got protection 4, unbreaking 3. I added signs to know which villager had which trade. I also got a feather falling 4 villager. I also found a useless librarian which I killed and then bred a new villager to replace him. On day 76, I maxed out the farmer to trade golden carrots. I then decided to replace blocks behind the ladder which I forgot to replace earlier, and then spent the next few days getting great librarian trades. I got sweeping edge 3, fire aspect 2, efficiency 5, sharpness 5, aqua infinity, respiration 3, and depth strider 3. These were the enchants I needed for full maxed out armor and tools. And after that I bought Kaif a diamond axe, which upgraded the villager to trade diamond sword. Next I needed the toolsmith to trade diamond pickaxe, and then I may have taken iron nuggets from the chest and used them to upgrade the villager by a slight amount, before realizing I should have just bought stone tools. On day 79, I managed to upgrade the toolsmith to the next level. And on day 80, we finally got ourselves an emerald!
There we go!
And on day 80, an iron golem spawned, which of course I killed for iron. I then spent the next few days enchanting my armor, until on day 84, I had full maxed out diamond armor. Well, almost, since I still had to enchant the helmet. Oh, what? And while fishing for XP to enchant, I managed to fish myself a leather. And by day 86, I had full maxed out diamond armor. I spent day 87 trying to get a wandering villager into a house for no particular reason. And after he duped me, he walked into the house himself. Where did he go? Somewhere there. What? Okay, so I blocked the door, checked his trades, and of course they were dead. So I gave him a life sentence in our basement. Okay, Jeff, you're gonna stay here until you despawn. I then spent the next few days buying entrance for my tools. And on day 89 I realized that we were going to need a new anvil soon. So I decided to order one since we were on an SMP. Some people thought I was joking, so I decided to try and increase the price by a bit. I eventually struck a deal with a friend I trusted. He went by the name Tom MC.
I could probably get you an anvil.
What would you like in return?
Give me a few diamonds. How much is the chest plate again? Yeah, let's do 8.
And so we had a deal. So I sent him the coordinates and then we waited until he came to us with an anvil.
You wanna go? You're in a box, yeah? I Chill, my arm is gone. I see him!
Oh.
I see him!
I see him.
Hey, Thomas!
Thomas.
Hey!
Hey. Diamonds that as promised. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for the deal.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, you're lifesaver, bro. And so we placed down our newly acquired anvil and began upgrading our gear. On day 92, I got a fully maxed out sword, and by the end of the day when I was upgrading my axe, the anvil grew. I spent most of day 93 trying to figure out a way we can get iron fast. And when I was thinking of some ideas, an iron golem spawned, which gave me the perfect idea. I was going to take our zombie prisoner and move him all the way down to our villager breeder, where I hoped he would scare out villagers and cause iron golems to spawn. Bye. After I moved him down, I decided to remove his prison as it wasn't needed anymore. When I came down to our villager breeder, I realized that one of our babies might have suicidal thoughts. So I gave him a father figure. I spent the rest of day 94 scaring our villagers. I also tried moving the zombie as close to them as I possibly could. And after that, I tried placing and unplacing dirt, because I thought that would make the iron golem spawn faster. And it seemed like that actually worked, as I heard an iron golem spawn. So of course, I killed it for its iron. And I repeated this process until we had enough iron to craft 2 anvils. On day 96, I was helping Kaif max out his sword. We also upgraded a toolsmith to trade diamond pickaxes.
Name it the Slasher. Thank you.
And then I spent the rest of day 96 getting a maxed out shield. On day 97, I got more enchants for Kaif's sword. I got a diamond pickaxe on day 98, plus some enchants for it. On day 99, I helped Kaif max out his armor. And by the end of day 99, we had full maxed out armor, swords, and pickaxes. And before we knew it, it was day 100. Finally, after 100 days, I finally got outside. Yes.
Let's
And the sun.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh my. We actually have not seen. Where's the sun?
It's so bright, bro. And so we have officially survived 100 days in a villager house. However, our journey wasn't over just yet.